We are here coming to you live.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. You only win a Super Bowl 2 times every 5 years, right?
Oh!
The warm-up act is over. Let's bring in Melissa Etheridge, massive Chiefs fan. Melissa.
Super Bowl champion, 2-time Pro Bowler, and Trent Green. Trent Green, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And he picked it up! He picked it up! He's gonna score!
And we'll see you next week. But until then, as always, go Chiefs.
Hey, welcome to the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. Before we get into everything, got a little thing we're going to do first. Joe just said -7. That's what the Chiefs are on Caesars Sportsbook. And guess what? Bet $50 on Caesars and get $250 in bonus bets. For limited time, new users can sign up with our code ARROWGET and redeem $250 in bonus bets after placing your first wager at $50 on any NFL game. Even if your first bet loses, you will receive one $50 bonus bet credit each week over the next 5 weeks. Make sure to enter our code ARROWGET while signing up to have a bet on Caesars each week to start the season. That's code ARROWGET. Offers available to new customers who are 21 plus and physically present in legal gambling states. Please remember to always gamble responsibly. Check the episode description for the full terms of the offer. Now, all right, Joe. Chiefs football. We're back, baby. I mean, seriously, you think 3rd and 17. Oh, no, here we go again. The Lions already have completed a fake punt on their own 20. Okay, weird game. It's happening. What do you know? 3rd and 17. Mahomes completes it. 3 plays, touchdown. Feeling pretty good here in Chiefs Kingdom. How you doing? How you feeling?
Well, first of all, there was never a doubt that he was going to get the 3rd and 17. It's just kind of what he does. But I'm feeling great, man. If you had told me in the pregame, and if I had said to you that the Lions were going to put up 7 points in the first half, we'll take that 10 times out of 10. I'm really impressed by the way we came out. Mahomes looks better than ever. Offensive line looks excellent, save for a few choice plays of Hutchinson getting around Taylor. We're looking good, man. It was beautiful to watch, and I love the way that we finished the half.
Yeah, I mean, everything about how the Chiefs finished is exactly the way you're expecting the Chiefs season to go, especially at sans Chris Jones. The Chiefs bending, but not breaking. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs finding ways. Again, I'm convinced the Chiefs prefer 3rd and 17 over 3rd and 2. Like, I don't understand this. Just treat 3rd and 2 like 3rd and 17. They'll make it work because Mahomes and this Chiefs offense always finds a way. Justin Watson, how funny is it? How funny is Justin Watson making 2 of the bigger catches in the entire first half? Folks wanted him gone. There he is, Rashee Rice. His first catch was a touchdown. Touchdown, especially bouncing back after that drop. I mean, this Chiefs team starts off slow. Heading all the way back to the playoffs against Houston, the preseason this year, they start slow. Don't panic. The Chiefs have no panic, obviously. It's going to be okay. They've shown this time and time again. 2 quick super chats I want to hit. Jalen Butler again. Dude, appreciate you. Says, don't drink the blue Kool-Aid. That's in regards to the Lions podcast. And Bumpa BB says, Sky Moore looks bad. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get there yet. Joe, what are your thoughts so far on Sky Moore?
I just don't think he's been utilized that much. I wouldn't go so far as to say it looks bad. I'd say Rashee Rice popped, and so I can understand why you might say that Sky Moore's been a little bit disappointing. But I like the usage that we get, like having him run the trick play or coming across the line of scrimmage. I think he'll continue to be open downfield. Look, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's a good corner. If he's covering Sky Moore in that section of the field, maybe he's not open. But the pass protection looks excellent, and if it's going to stay that way the whole season, then Sky's going to get plenty of looks. The organization clearly believes in him, so I'm not ready to go there to say he looks bad yet. He did.
Yeah. I want to talk about the offensive line for a little bit here because they were really, really impressive. Mm-hmm. There was some late pressure on Mahomes at times, but let's be real. That was probably the wide receivers not getting open. Those were 5 seconds before Mahomes started to feel anything. You got to give the offensive line a huge shout out. Donovan Smith holding his own on the left side. He looks outstanding. We know about the interior outside of that one play from Trey Smith where it was a good decision to hold Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes.
And Jawan Taylor's looked really nice. He's been going up against Aiden Hutchinson, who is phenomenal. Aiden Hutchinson is the next wave of elite edge rushers. And Jawan Taylor's held his own. Now, he has that Lane Johnson jump, right? That very quick, very large, very exaggerated quick first step. If they don't call a false start, guess what, y'all? It ain't a false start. I love Jawan Taylor using the gray area in regards to the rules to his advantage. He's looked nice against a pretty solid, especially a solid one player, Lions defensive line.
Well, and even so, like there were clips circulating on Twitter of Aiden Hutchinson doing his like double shark move and spinning around, and he eventually beat Taylor, but Taylor slowed him up enough that Mahomes could get around him. And when you're facing a guy like that, you're not going to win every time. But the way that when he seems to be beat, that he fights for that extra second to give Mahomes just enough time to recognize it and get out of the pocket, it looks good. And against a good defensive line, if this pass protection is like this, I mean, you can go ahead and hang another banner right now. My goodness. I could take this all year, no doubt.
Huge shout out to Raymond Chandler. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Hope Jones and Katz Bros are enjoying their VIP seats in the stadium. Jones paid $1.1 million for them. Yo, that's hilarious. The Katz brothers looking like absolute villains in a Batman movie, maybe a Hallmark movie. You know, I can't give him Batman. They wouldn't get starred in a Batman movie. I'll give him a Hallmark movie. Bad look is what it is, man. I'm not going to talk about that. The Chiefs are playing real meaningful football right now, and they're beating the Lions. We're not going to talk about the Katz brothers and Chris Jones. That's fine, because Mike Dana, got to give that dude some credit. Mike Dana, huge knockdown. One of the few guys to actually get pressure on this defensive line. Mm-hmm. Mike Dana has been a impressive force, perpetually underrated year in and year out. He's been there just doing more than what his draft capital, what his size, what his speed you would assume would allow him to do. Mike Dana, huge hat tip right there.
Well, and you mentioned it pregame. Like, if Mike Dana steps up, if Spagnuolo gets him home and brings pressure inside using Dana, then we're going to be in good shape. And we held him to 7 points, and we're up 7, about to get the ball back again. So you nailed it there. I love the way he stepped up. Karlaftis has looked really good. Trent McDuffie looks like a stud. The tackling form that he showed, forcing that fumble. I know he got beat a couple times by the Sun God, but he looks really good. I've been really impressed with this defense early on.
Yeah, I've been very impressed overall. I understand the Chiefs have gotten bailed out, if you will. Do you call it bailed out, or do you call it Trent McDuffie making a play when their back's against the wall? You can look at it either way, and I'm not going to argue either way. But Trent McDuffie, as you mentioned, has been outstanding as a tackler, which is nice to see from a I don't want to say very undersized, but an undersized corner. The knock against him out of college was shorter arms, a little undersized. How is he going to hold up? Dude is a willing tackler and a damn good tackler. Got to give Trent McDuffie a lot of praise for having that dog in him. And by the way, what the hell is going on with the TV keep showing Aiden Hutchinson's parents? Who cares? Like, I'm sitting here like, did Aiden Hutchinson's dad play in the NFL or something? Oh, he played in college. That's kind of cool, I guess. Who cares? Who cares? You gonna show me Creed Humphrey's parents? Show me Harrison Buck? I don't care.
They had to make up for a couple years ago or last year when Jordan Love's parents had the very, very back row up in the nosebleeds. They had to make up for it a little bit. Like, the Chiefs don't always put the parents of players way in the way back. That's my theory, at least.
In regards to the Chiefs' rushing game so far, what have you seen? What have you liked? What have you disliked? If you took the over, as we told you in the pregame, Mahomes rushing over, you're looking pretty darn good right now. Come on.
Already cashed.
You've already cashed out. But as far as the run game in totality for Kansas City, what have you seen?
A little surprised to see second quarter touches for Clyde. I expected Clyde to get a couple touches early on and Pacheco to get up to speed. Pacheco looks spry. He missed a hole on his second or third run when he tried to bounce it outside instead of cutting it back inside. But overall, the way that he's moving, I expect Clyde to be phased out as Pacheco gets a little bit more comfortable. Just first game touches in a while. McKinnon still looks like he can play that safety valve role. I love the way that he bounced out in that first drive and caught that third down completion for Pat's first pass. I'm good on Clyde, and you can tell immediately how much faster and more effective Pacheco looks. He just has to make sure he hits the right holes. But I think that we will see Clyde a little bit more this game, and as Pacheco gets up to speed. But McKinnon still looks as good as advertised, and I still like him to get some looks in the red zone in the second half.
I see this question from Greg. Sterling, not much for human interest stories. I don't know that much about his parents. I'm sorry. If there's a story there that I missed, that's on me. I'm just not a fan of. I'm trying to watch the game, man. I'm trying to see Andy Reid on the sidelines. Maybe I don't know the story behind Aiden Hutchinson's parents, but it just seemed like it was a lot of going back to him. What are you looking forward to in this second half? Because for me, the linebacker play was a little bit lackluster. I didn't see Drew Tranquil as much as I thought. I haven't seen him at all. I'm pretty shocked by that. But again, the results speak for themselves. 7 points. You can't complain. Willie Gay Jr. has been a little hit and miss. He looked actually pretty good coming on that blitz, but you saw him. The Lions are running a ton of play action. They're trying to confuse the Chiefs linebackers, and it's worked. Some of the biggest plays they've made have been on play action. That's where the Lions and Jared Goff thrive. You saw it a couple of times to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So for me, the linebacker play, especially in regards to play action, that's what I'm looking for. That needs to improve for Kansas City. What about you?
So the linebacker play is an improvement for sure, but the main thing that I want to watch in the second half is Mike Dana, honestly. Because if he can keep up this level of play, then my concern about the first potential 8 weeks of the season and maybe not having Chris Jones starts to wane a little bit. This is one of the best offensive lines in the league, and Mike Dana's out here balling. And if Karlaftis can stay active, the way that he knocked down that screen pass at the end of the half was really impressive. So if this defensive line keeps stepping up, I think that changes the evaluation of the first half of the season. So that's what my eyes are on.
With the Chiefs getting the ball to come out of the second half, it was very important that they scored that final touchdown. The drive looked like it was going to stop in a punt, 3rd and 17. Mahomes did his magic. 3 plays later, you have a touchdown. Before we head back and get into this game, what are you expecting from the Chiefs offensively coming into the second half?
More ball control, honestly. I think that they understand that the Lions are going to try to milk the clock with a lot of shorter completions, and unless the linebackers step up, I think they'll keep attacking that middle of the field. So I expect some more of those short passes. So some of the communication was a little bit off. I think we're going to see Rashee Rice continue to play a role. He was really involved. And so I think we're going to look at the intermediate part of the field to stretch out a long drive to kind of take the wheel out of the Lions, so to speak.
Yeah, let's come out, put a touchdown on the board, because as we know, Dan Campbell very aggressive with that punt fake on his own 20. Dude is going to be aggressive. So for Kansas City, come out and score. Second half coming your way. Thank you guys so much for hanging here with us on the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. We'll be back for the post-game show. Until then, go Chiefs. We'll see you in a little bit.